What's the rest of fools off?
I didn't know time drinking anyway. We did.
Look how you look ugly.
We do without what we do have and what we don't need.
Look how you look ugly.
Because
now, watch your belly.
There's money's to come. Like. Money's to come. Don't worry about it.
All right. Rasta Senior.
Yeah.
All right. So,
Man.
yeah, man.
You know.
So we're asking everyone to share the live.
Of course, yeah, they share the thing.
It's going to be a very interesting conversation.
Keep them going.
I got your phone, and it's going to be a very interesting conversation with Engine. So everybody tag your friends, tag your relatives, tag everyone that you know, and tell them, yeah, we're here, and we'll be soon speaking to Engine. Everybody should know Engine. Famous farmer on the island. Shirin, good afternoon to you, my dear. Pleasant.
Leave
Shirin alone. Shirin, man, she's a good girl.
Shirin, what you doing online this hour? You're supposed to be to work.
And I just want to thank everyone who've been supporting us thus far. Shirin and everyone, Shirin, Miss Louisa, and everyone else that has been supporting us thus far. Deborah, everyone else who pledged their support. We provided a link in this conversation. So probably you can tip us still, because as we said, there are expenses incurring as a result of what we do. Shirin says it's a day off.
But no matter what,
yeah.
Right now.
So there is a lot of expenses because of what we're doing to explore. So the tip is there. The link is there to tip us. So good afternoon, good hello. Tag your friends, tag your relatives, tag everyone.
Tell them one of the masters of Carriacou is online
the
now.
The historian of Carriacou.
Farmer, historian.
Everything.
You name it.
You name it all. Yeah?
I'm just in the garden relaxing.
Yep. Up. So let everyone share in the meantime. Share the live. Yep. And thank you very much for viewing. Remember, please like, please share, please comment, and for our YouTube, and please tip, and for our YouTube, please subscribe. Yeah, please subscribe to our channel on YouTube.
You see the cotton tree?
I am seeing the cotton tree. I am seeing the mango tree. I am seeing the peach tree. I am seeing all the trees. I think it's calm on the outside. It's a bit calm. There isn't too much wind. Yeah? Yeah. Why did you come into my video chewing nuts?
I'm in the garden now. We're just relaxing.
Okay.
We are digging groundnut and we say let's relax now.
Okay. So good afternoon to you, Angel. Good afternoon to you, Basie, and
good hello.
The floor is now open to you both.
Well, we don't do that in a long time. It on Macan is saying you want to watch the cotton because the picture of the cotton in a lifetime. That looks like a cotton and she say all the is cotton now.
You saw plenty cotton.
So tell us about
the thing is, was only me and the old man and the old lady in that cotton pepper, but the old man is to pay workers.
Okay.
But that was plenty cotton. Because we had the land.
Right.
And not much people here with their land.
Okay. So cotton was like a chores. It was like a...
People, please tell me if you hear the basic nutshell, if it's distracting you.
Tell me, you were saying...
Even that big factory you see down in Dunfield, there was a cotton factory in it.
Yeah, I heard it was cotton before they turned into lime. When the cotton gone off the market.
Well, there was market for lime and this lime product. So around 1930, I converted it into lime.
Okay.
Before they convert that place, that into lime, they have dialogue with all the farmers and everybody and let them know what it is that they want to do. That so they have no cotton to plant and see and get.
You don't get paid.
You know, farmers was properly looked at, and family was what I said. Although they were organized, but no, you only seeing things happen. We ain't getting. We ain't no work.
You know, I want to touch on a point that a lot of people would like to hear, and I would always like to hear, because me being in pasture with you gone the years, you know, you shaped me into growing animals and planting this, and the soil would always feed you. I mean, I grew up knowing that. That's why I like gardening so much. You know, I do a little bit myself, but age bring reason I can bend down go long.
Well, why only for me to say no? If you say that you grandchild to me.
I know, I know, eh?
I don't want me to. You like me to say.
But nowadays, when you watch farming, you know, gone are the years, how farming compared to now. I mean, talk us a bit through that.
Well, in my time, you didn't know nobody waiting us to farm.
It was something that you have to do.
Doesn't matter if you're a school teacher. Well, you didn't have much people employed by the state.
Right.
Just the two in them, just the school and the administrative office.
Okay.
And you didn't know other place people employed by government, and they was done for the state. Everything else was a state land agriculture.
Right.
And you do no matter what job you have, you go in your garden before you go to work. And when you come out to work, you go in the garden again. And do what you can.
Well, I know that. I go in the garden before school, and when you come out to school.
Everybody there plenty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, nobody don't want to work garden. Because look, when you take into consideration, we do what we call seasonal farming. We depend on the rain for production. We know we get rain. We expect to get rain between mid-June.
Mid-June, of course.
June. Everybody want to finish the garden before August.
Yeah, because
sometime you run into September. August, June, July, August. 3 months.
Yeah.
To sustain you for the
other chickens. Yeah.
But the people and them, they also plant sustain the crop. You are your crop, no matter them June to September. But all now is the time we baking cassava, we rooting cassava, something always from the garden. Yeah. No, we are not. When you took the sell it to roast and tomo.
Yeah, that's just it. You are not there to sustain you.
So when we go out, we must depend on the boat. Before time, nobody didn't used to depend on boat, yeah. I mean, when the boat passed, fine. But nobody didn't used to depend on the boat. Right. We have enough, everybody had enough food.
Wow.
Like September month, I could remember Ben Kai used to run a W. Julian every bull in a year in Is Anto Cromanti. And right between the sidewalk and the building, right there, the W. Julian, all in material used to store. They didn't have no storeroom for lumber or whatever.
Okay.
And like September month when you pass, if you see flower on them material outside, Kai begging you to buy flour for your pig. You have a thing in the flour with us called Saga Boy.
Saga Boy, man. Saga Boy.
Because it can't start to be a garden, start plague, you're getting produce. So nobody in that time with flour. You can look at your garden, your food and go into and buy flour.
Right.
And that is one of the things we make flour price didn't used to move.
Okay.
Because flour was not must.
Right.
You know? But now flour can stay on the shelf.
No.
And every trip, anytime flour come, the price change.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. I can remember change the pricing things when I growing up. Very often, you know. Prior to 74, 73. That's when I know about things price start to move and move. Like if something pushing it.
That's when Carriacou got almost empty.
I tell you, it's at 25 cents and I'm going to make a cook on a 3 cents.
Well, I was just about to ask you that again because I heard you say it on hundreds of occasions.
I buy a pong of flour, I eat a cooking oil, quarter pong of saltfish, and a small onion, and a 3 cents change. We used to make a thing we call in big tongue and saltfish. You boil the bakes, you mix your flour, you boil your bakes, and you chop a little saltfish. And that is the taste of that, and you add that to, you know, this green tomato. Now when the tomato ripe, when you the green tomato in it, man, that does give it a special flavor.
Wow.
I also like that. And you put a little piece of margarine in it.
Oh, and you're good to go.
Just for the flavor, not for the margarine.
Yeah, for the alright.
Yeah, no, 25 cents can buy you a switch.
No, man. Yeah.
Money at value those days, man.
You know, something I want to talk about, now I could get into that, the revo. You know, I want to be reminded of the revo days. Talk us through the revo.
And for those who don't know what revo means, revolutionary period.
Revo because the things start in Grenada and you end up here.
Hi, Susan.
But everybody here uphold it with both hands.
Right.
I was in the garden down there, the man in the revo too. Me and the two other brethren. And a man passed and tell me about this thing, this takeover in Grenada.
But wait, before you speak about the day, I want you to speak about the period, what that period did for Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique.
Okay, we can do a mouthful, man. More than a mouthful, man.
Mouthful.
Man.
That's what I want you to get into.
The revo will open plenty people's eyes.
Right.
And watch, I think plenty of these young children, I don't want to say that they're ungrateful. They don't know.
They don't know.
Right.
What they benefit from the revo.
Right. So that's what we want you to speak to them about.
Yes.
You see, in the terms of education, education is wealth.
Of course.
Hi, Karen.
Tell you the truth. It's only America people, Maruba people children, and affordable people children used to go to the Bishop's College School.
Okay.
Secondary school.
Right.
And they didn't have the ability, they're not passing nothing. They just have the preference.
Right.
But those who have the ability.
So was it because of money? They had money?
Yeah, well, yes. When you come out in Aruba, you come with money. You
Come with money.
It's the revo will come and educate children, people here. Without a doubt, I could tell you. Because in 1978, the government gave 3 scholarships. And I gave it time.
You remember who was the scholars they gave?
Well, one lesson was Mr. Gary Doherty, and I think one was Mr. Derek Nightchild, and I can't remember the next one with.
But you know it was 3.
But I just buying as a sell, I just selling as a buy.
Right. Go ahead. No profit.
And 1978, I'm telling you, 79, the revo come on stream. The revo give 193 scholarship.
Wow.
Could you imagine that?
Yeah, from 3 to 193.
Yeah. And then he give for the first 6 months at the revo, he cut the cost to half. And within a year, free secondary education for one and all.
Wow.
And then they come and they set up this thing they call CPE.
Yes.
Central whatever. Like me, I want to go back in the good days.
The good old days.
I know a woman in town, she was about 70 years. Was what we call an illiterate. Yeah? She couldn't read and write. And the revo used to send people and teach you to read and write, even in the home or wherever.
Yes.
And they go and teach, the teachers go and teach this woman to read and write at she home. And she have a brother from England, in America, used to send she a little change,
Yeah.
like every month. And the person, somebody used to collect the money and for she.
Right.
And when she learned to read and write, she brother and tell she brother, let her do business now, not mix people in the business. And they start corresponding direct.
Yes.
And when this woman start to correspond with she brother, the person who used to collect she money, she couldn't help. She had to go and tell the person, thanks to the bishop.
Yeah.
The advantage she used to take on her, she can't take it now. Because she know what she brother sending here.
Yeah, right. So she didn't used to get what the brother said.
No. Well, what happened? Like if the brother said, the brother is like, let me say, sending her 20 US gear every month.
Yeah.
2020?
Yes.
The woman change it, she get 20, but she getting 20 EC.
Oh.
2020.
Thank
So
God
from she could read and write, she getting 20 US.
Right. So
And then she getting to know from the brother what had been sent from
before.
time and all this kind of thing.
Wow.
So she go and tell the woman, that not go happen again, thanks to Mr. Bishop.
You see.
And she was about 70 years.
Lovely.
Yeah, man, under Bishop government in that, no illiterate in the state.
But I know that. I know my auntie May.
Because
May used to teach some of them in 6 roads.
And you had the option to go all about all in Cuba, wherever, and learn anything.
Anything you want to learn.
But between the Bishop 3 years or 3.5 years, Grenada created the most doctors in the field of medics.
Yeah.
And up to today, nobody can surpass that.
No, that's true.
Because you don't have to have money to go and learn. You just have to have the ability to go and learn. And the state making sure you go and learn. What you want better than that?
I know.
Yeah.
So at least he done, we could say he had done more good.
Yeah, for the people.
For the people.
Well, tell you the truth. In all I see from Mr. Patterson to this present government, and in all of them I live under, the only government I see look after the people and look after the future of people. It was the revolutionary government. They have a slogan, eat what you grow and grow what you eat. What? They used to produce, they used to manufacture all kind of things, or process I should say, all kind of things in Grenada, mango. Holding no fruit they used to spoil.
Wow.
Everything. They used to ship all them things all to England. The first thing after the revolutionary government lost power, they sell the plant to Dominica. So Dominica women banned.
Right, that is the agro
the
plant.
agro plant.
Right.
They sell it. Eugenia in Dominica, she was the prime minister.
So, you cut out the hand that feeded you?
Yes, and I tell you, so much of people used to be employed through that agro processing plant. Besides that, children come out to school, they're not idle them time. You go and pick up fruits because there is a market for it.
Of course.
So them children automatically paying the bus fee and things to school for themselves. Because
little book what they have to get, they could have buy it for themselves. Right.
No, we don't have that. Everything is on the parents' back, and we coming out, we don't have nothing.
Yeah. Whatever.
I mean, I doesn't be out there to say I can say this going on or this going on direct.
Yeah.
But I mean, sense before book.
Of course.
When you watch the people on the street and all, you can see how the things not as it used to be before.
Yeah.
And the river you're getting milk,
Man.
butter.
Cooking oil.
They used to assist and not this party and that party. Everybody go to this specific area and collect your in your vicinity and collect your what belongs to you.
That is true. I remember we had a shop in Bel Air, and that was a distribution point. A lot of people used to come for the milk and everything, rice and everything.
Top Hill, the rest house.
How do you do?
6th Road. Used to be like
tell me why you learn just now.
In the school also, every village have a place where you know you're going and collect
Yes,
your
the butter
monthly
Yes.
support.
Mm-hmm.
All right, go on.
All right. So now you took us through the period. Tell us about the day. What you remember about on the day.
Which day you're referring to?
Yeah.
Did they have to
The revel.
Well, tell you the truth, I didn't get none idea about it. Well, I was in Grenada when they put Morris Bishop under house arrest.
Mm.
I think anyway, I come up from Grenada the Thursday. And I think it's the Friday, one of them, they go and free him from out the house arrest.
Okay.
So I wasn't in Grenada. And when they free him, what I hear take till the massacre take place. They had some other politician, if it's that you call them, on the fort. They had them under house arrest as well. And they say when the people free Bishop, I don't know. He go to the fort because the fort was headquarters there for the
Okay.
security or whatever, or the police or whatever.
Right.
He go there to get, well, like you know, a white man and Jacqueline Crayfoot they had in custody up inside there. And it's from up there they see the things start. I can't say nothing much about
It, but yeah.
I hear about that.
That's
And
what
then
everybody heard.
the army come down and open fire on the crowd that take away Bishop from custody to freedom. And so much had to fled over wall and I think to save their life. Some get broken, some get break foot. Well, I see it on video and look back at it and whatever because just a few days after. And from that time, Grenada lost his way. Yeah, because what? Bishop had love for the people. He give us that airport. Point Celine, man. I don't know for Grenadian direct. I can't speak for them. I could speak for Carriacou.
Exactly.
Where we get a festival, with Christmas festival, with Easter, which most of we people out there just come home and support. And they come in here and even they come here with a suitcase.
Yeah.
Plenty times the suitcase stay in Barbados because the plane can carry the suitcase with everybody. And you have time these people go back and the luggage they meet.
Yes.
Every time and every day they're going on the airport. The airport telling them you come so time. You never come. Sometimes when people time you and go back. You don't know after the bishop take all these things into consideration. And they put down the airport there.
Of course.
And now, well, I and all Zapatona in the airport. And nobody never hear no name call. No.
Yeah.
Even the I Frank I pay mother, she buy share for all she grandchildren them. Because when the airport building, they were selling bonds, it was $20 a share.
Okay.
And in 20 years, they will start getting what your benefit.
Yeah.
Airport bill on bond.
Nice.
Nobody can do it. And the airport was for the people.
Of course.
The people's airport.
Nice.
Because I never hear when he was constructing the airport for the state or the airport for the government. It was for the people.
That's why we lost a lot of things, doing
Well,
things nowadays.
even when you open the bank, you have that bank, English State Bank. It was for the people. I never know nothing calling Bishop time for the people, and the people was benefiting it. It's not that he was saying the people, and the people and
they're not getting nothing.
The people was and anybody will say that didn't seem benefited, that's hypocrite. Yeah, man. That is why you see all them who grow now, and they have how many subjects in from this or anything. But Bishop, maybe they are meeting the parents couldn't afford to send them in school.
Very much right.
No matter what it's looking like today, it's Bishop who opened the way, man.
Brilliant and proud to
And
see.
watch the year Bishop them get crash. That year was the year for economics.
Yeah.
They had a real plan for Carriacou. And that thing, I'll know about in Carriacou have a sustainable job. Because they were going to put down a cement factory here. They already do all the survey on the roads and where all the thing passing because also Tambran line was the shipment point. Have a village shipment
right.
point. They may not mark out all the thing, plan and all thing, you know. It's only to start thing.
Wow.
Yeah. And then they are also that same year, they was thinking about they announced putting down a university in Grenada.
In Grenada.
Well, in the state.
In the state, right.
Yeah. Because when you compare Trinidad, Barbados, Jamaica and this place, and we had this OECS thing today, Bishop thing, you see what Bishop, you see what visionary person Bishop was? Now they have this thing now, doesn't matter which part of the Caribbean you're from, you have privilege to own a job in any one of the OECS country according to your qualification.
Yeah.
Now Barbados and all them places they are banned on us because they have free university education.
Yeah.
So we have to work under them all the time because they are the privilege to education more than us. How much of us are $70,000, $60,000 to send a child to a university? And in Barbados or Jamaica or Trinidad.
Yeah.
If you see what I'm making, what I'm talking about.
Sense.
So, how much of us we could match with them people who have free education so they can't take all the good job in we have here?
Of course.
Because they're more qualified, they afford. I ain't saying we don't have intelligent people here.
Of course we do. But what it takes to get there.
Rich people only.
Yeah.
Able people, children.
That's it.
Yeah. So, it's not equal. With this UECS, with the employee everywhere, we should have the same privilege to university like all of them, so then we can talk about that. If not, all the underground, the most of the underdogs job go be for us. Because you only somebody, and plenty of the people who have the ability to send their children to university and study, they're not remaining here.
No.
As they become the professional America, England, and them places, so all of you take it.
Yeah.
Is the lesson 14 that will leave you to suffer?
True that. Words of wisdom.
Yeah.
Words of divine.
Before you all continue, a lot of people on the live, a lot of your relatives, your nieces, your cousins, everyone saying hi. Karen, Suzanne, one Bodada. Bodada. Ronald, everyone saying hi to you, Engine.
And
hi
what
to everybody.
oh Lord, she was saying hi to him down there, Karen and their mom.
Oh, Margaret.
Yes.
Margaret, yeah, Oma.
Oma, yes, that's the right name,
Yeah, Oma, them is name.
Yeah. Well, I want him to speak about now, BC. I remember while we were down in the garden, he was speaking about the West Indian and Caribbean.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Interested.
He said the West Indian and Christopher Columbus. I recorded that, but I cannot get it to post. So
no, the thing is what I think I was talking about.
Right, you started talking about my hair. Well, so you tell me I shouldn't wear false hair, and it's wrong.
It is a course.
Right.
That is it.
Right, so start telling us about the false hair, and then you tell us about West Indians.
Identification is normally is here.
You see, I take out my false hair the same time.
Yes.
The same day.
You hear the call say the white people? White people? When you say white people, that means you're supposed to have milk white hair and blue eyes. That's the description of a white man.
Right.
An African, thick lips.
Big eye. Well,
you're not going to be big eyes, but you have different tribe in eyes, right?
Okay.
Thick lip, woolly hair, burnt skin. Much of us we see with woolly hair.
Yeah. They're covering it up.
Indian look like an Indian. When you see them,
You know.
you know it's an Indian. How do you know it's an Indian you meet? When you meet a man, a black man just like you, how you know the difference? It's not here.
It's here. It's tech. It's
That identify what
So
race
should we
is.
be referred to as West Indians?
No. We are
Why?
African. Because when Columbus come here,
Did he come here?
Well, when us with the Caribbean, the race we meet here was what we call the Carib, which is, for me, so, maybe I have a pass off. Because I come from the Carib race as well. My great-grandmother was a purebred Carib from Point Sister. Right. But he meet the Carib, who is the Carib, who looks just like an Indian, with the hair and whatever. And it's because he traveled west, he called the people, because he had known about the Indian and in the east.
In the east already.
So you all think they are the same, so he thought they all were the same.
So he saw the Carib and he thought they were Indians.
Yes, so he
referred
called as West Indian.
Because he was
Indian
traveling west.
Indian in the west.
In the west, okay.
Because he traveled west, you see. That's how the name come about, West Indian.
Okay.
But then, we're not the Carib, we're African. We didn't come here yet. I mean, African were here when Columbus came, as history tells us. But there is no name as Caribbean. Why you think how you call here, not the Caribbean? Why you think do that name mean? The Caribbean.
Of course.
Yeah, belongs to the Carib. Doesn't matter what you do with it. Because them is the original we know, and them is the who get fight and kill and you capture their place. Who give people anybody the right to do something, people place and kill them and see if they would know.
Exactly.
Yeah. So not West Indians,
No,
we're the Caribbean.
Be, no, and I find it funny, you know. Anywhere European day, he's a European.
Yes.
In America, we're Afro-African.
Yeah.
Why we half?
Yeah.
Why is the other half?
Why is the other half?
Which half that then belongs to Africa? If you see the thing, if you see the point that I'm making.
Of course, of course.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, I just looking at it common logic, in the commonest logical way. It's either we African or we European. We can be Afro-American.
Yes, that's true.
You see it? And we do so much, we the black people do so much for America. We will make America America.
Exactly.
We were freed from all kind of things and still we never get recognition. And black people, because we too polite, we never stand up for what belongs to us.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
they feel we don't want it, we don't have use for
We
it.
don't have use for it.
Because look, we do all the bull work as slave on the slave plantation, right? When the slave trade abolished, the slave master called for compensation and they get it. We do all the work. Look how Europe all them places, all this we labor, we sweat, we bone, break and what we get up to today, nothing.
Not a thing.
How come they get, the master get compensation? How we ain't get, how they become we masters when they come and kidnap and thief and take so much advantage of them, and still they get paid for doing that, and we get nothing up to today. Something like that.
Yeah.
And we accept it so quiet. That's the other thing. We accept it. Then we no other race would accept that. No. Because they made the Carib here. And they could not make the Carib slave.
No.
The Carib didn't give them the chance to make them slave. They had to go and take the humble servant from Africa, humble black man, to come and walk him in the blazing sun.
Till the sweat and the tears stain their
without a penny, without nothing. And the other thing is, after we fought for our freedom, what kind of freedom we get? We get any freedom? We just stop get blows. Huh? Because all the plantation the slaves was working on, what was on the plantation remained with the master.
Yeah.
The slave them men are no home. They don't have no property. Everything belongs to the white man still. So the only way they could survive, they still have to be under the white man to turn them to get something. Huh? And plenty of them was there before even the white owner come and own it and work on it. Because wasn't the English force, we had the Spanish, we have all kind of, well, let me say the French come after the English. But we have the Dutch, we have so much of them was there.
Yeah, Portuguese was there.
And whoever wins the war, they can go with the slave, they live in the day, and whoever win the war win the slave too.
Yeah.
If you understand what I'm saying. And you meet them here, you take the estate, you walk them like donkeys. And nothing for them up to there, and you're still doing it and you're proud about it.
Tell us about the lifespan of a slave.
Well, as far as history tells me, the longest a slave exists on our plantation was 9 years.
9 years.
They are talking about Mereso, the Mandingi, because my race come from, on one side with the Mandingi people, what they call from Nigeria.
Okay.
So like with those race and them strong set of one make but the average age was 4 and 6 years because they work you to death and bring in fresh slave because it was cheaper to bring in fresh slave than to maintain.
You think the ladies were allowed to get pregnant?
Nobody know. That is why Master special treatment for them who practice this kind of thing. You don't come here to make no children, you come here to work. Master used to let the slave them dig a hole and bring everybody around when this girl become pregnant and cut up with she belly in front of the whole land. So that scare technique, eh?
Yes.
So the others,
fear the others not to get pregnant.
Master alone we have time with girl because when Master come here say which one to put in the room we sleeping with tonight.
No.
And nobody had no choice.
No.
You see the amount of advantage take. And he didn't know law them times, eh? When we rebel against it,
Then they put law.
we are law.
Yeah.
You see how we go. They're protecting themselves. But there's no protection for black people. Tell me, why? And the thing is, who is the people that bring creation?
did William Shakespeare write Julius Caesar book?
William Shakespeare never went to a London Institute. Every study I do on him. William Shakespeare, all this study I do, William Shakespeare is a totally literate. Never went to no London Institute.
So who wrote
It
the
was
book?
Africa, a woman from Africa, I don't remember she named clear of me, who do all the books. But the label is William Shakespeare.
And the first surgery.
Everything is William Shakespeare, but everything like writing or to get is Black Africa. Watch. The first London
And you just drink water
Institute
for this information.
in the whole of Europe
Not the water, eh?
was in Spain, according to history. We built it for them. We sent teachers to teach them, and when they think they learn it, they make the teachers slave as well. But they didn't finish learning. That's why they were up to today. They know they're wrong now. The European calendar not a balanced calendar. They know it's wrong. But they wouldn't balance it. If they balance it, they go out to tell the world why.
Right.
How come the African calendar balance? Where, if they teach you in school as a child, were they fooling us? Tell me. The first thing they teach you is the days of the week and the months of the year, ain't it?
Of course.
And they teach us 7 days make 1 week, and 4 weeks make 1 month. And if 7 days make 1 week, and 4 weeks make 1 month, then the first every 20 days is a month. Supposed to be a month. With 30 and 31 come out. Because they didn't know mathematics yet. You see, African based that thing on astrology.
Right.
You see that they say a woman make 7 months child. A woman don't make no 7 months child. A woman don't make no children in months. Whatever. It's moon.
Yes.
And what does call between 7 months yet and 1 month? Let's carry 2
2
moons.
months. Yes.
Of course.
That's true.
Yeah, that was what make them make
The first bypass surgery was done by who?
a black man who was ordinary yard boy. Ordinary yard boy working with this with Mr. And Mr. see the thing. And the boy, he done it on a rat. And straight away the boy, there's where he get the boy to teach that thing there. But he never have him to teach as a teacher. Or a recognized teacher, know he teaching this.
Keep him on the wrap.
He carried the name. That's what they do us. We invent anything. The first, and they're looking for the book for you now. Let's see that in now. Have it somewhere. The first leader
Hi, Francis.
England ever have, like prime minister or whatever you mean to call it, or what, was an African? Did the name of that? Motoba, I can't pronounce it properly. If I had the book, I could pronounce it. Being as how the name is kind of funny to me. I just can't pronounce it without the book. He was the first leader to lead. That is why you see England have an African coat of arms, which is the lion.
The lion, of course. Yeah.
The African British king there. And he didn't live long because of the cold condition that he didn't adopt, he couldn't adopt in. And then England had black princes and all them things there before. Africa is to teach Europe civilization. And them they're trying to tell us is them teach us civilization. Where they learn it from? The first to write, the first to do anything is the Nile Valley, the Samaritan. And anything bring that proof to convince me. Egypt. This time the Egyptian was calls black people alone. Them is who first do the everything right. First make the right, the first university or learning institute in Spain, university agenda. Well, we didn't even know about university. Meaning Egypt had the mystery school. Alexander the Great, them we mash it up and Jogo and all the thing until is their own now. Their own true invasion.
Okay.
Yeah. No, maybe.
Not
And
bad.
it's there. I'm only the vessel carrying the cargo. I'm responsible for it. You sort it out.
You sort it out.
Yeah.
Simple, of course. Of course. Of
Bessie, I
course.
know it's your time, but just permit me to ask one more question. So there's Francis Morton. He's from Trinidad, and he wants to find out, he said to ask you about Marcus Garvey and his elders from Carriacou.
Marcus Garvey
Mm-hmm.
had plenty elders from Carriacou. He had one
Oh,
who
really?
used to be Marcus Garvey secretary. They call him Andrew Nicholas from Mount Pleasant. All the man they was in the UNI, all them was members. Well, Marcus Garvey organization are the largest members in all organizations that pass. That branch is all in Sydney, Australia, down there, all over the world, worldwide. Wow. Until certain places had banned his paper. And how the paper used to get in most of them country, them sailor man who used to smuggle it in. That's how used to every place get in the newspaper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And listen, folks, on
Yeah,
the
wanted
line,
to call it black man.
you could ask your questions to Angel, because I'm lost for questions. I'm just listening now. You know, the questions I want to ask you have touched on almost everything. So shoot a question to Angel. Yeah, I say Rasta. Shoot a question to him, you know, he'll answer it. I guarantee you he'll answer it.
Yeah, man.
Well, watch, plenty of us, you see this we state here. Plenty of us don't know where we stand in this state. Are we registered under Grenada as a sister or as a togetherness or whatever? That's only what
I would
I'm
like
out.
to know that. That's what I'm out.
What I'm out.
Since I growing up, my grandmother tell me
Not
what
a
I'm
piece
out.
of nothing. Well, look, T&T Red Force marched up the cricket the other day. St. Vincent and the Grenadines. St. Kitts and Nevis. The people from Nevis, the children from Nevis, going to school in St. Kitts in the morning and go back home in the evening. Government, the state provide the ferry for that. Trinidad have the ferry.
You don't answer you, you know.
Yeah.
Trinidad have the ferry from Tobago to the for that.
Of course.
What do we have to say like big sister looking after a sister?
No,
We are Osprey.
Yeah, we have Osprey, but $160.
You see, if you see what I'm saying. Now, you have on those ferry, certain age group don't pay to travel on this thing, on this boat. We is the only twin island in the world that have no
affiliation.
ferry or nothing to say take care of your sister. You know.
That is true.
You know,
That is so
and
true.
When I'm looking up the thing and I see Carriacou no list under Norway, Pity Martinique list under the Grenadines, Carriacou don't list Norway. How come we say no Grenadian? How come we saying we is whatever young? When we don't have I don't understand
Yeah,
it.
it needs to be documented.
Because what father know from home parents and study, it was Carriacou, Tobago, and Hispaniola used to be together.
Okay.
And from them Hispaniola break away Trinidad by Tobago. That's why we did alone.
We just stand in the middle.
But we were all under the British flag.
Right.
So we had the watch. Would you believe his bishop will give us free entry into Grenada? The bishop government give us free entry into
I want to
Grenada.
hear about that.
Would you believe it? When I go to Grenada the first time, I was 18 years old, 18. I go and see cricket West Indies against Australia. So I'm telling you what somebody say. We have to go to the customs. And customs had to search we and declare everything. And all of us had to come out from on the boat on the pier. The boat had to empty for the custom to ramage it just as when you come out in Trinidad or any other place.
You mean from Carriacou to Grenada?
Yes, when you go to
About what year was that? Before
in the
1970?
70s, man.
Let me see.
My year around 73, 70.
Let me sit down properly.
I don't
for that
remember
one.
the proper. No, anytime we couldn't go to Carriacou couldn't enter Grenada without going through custom, just as coming out in any other foreign country. Bishop will stop that. Bishop said if Carriacou have to go through that procedure, then if a boat come out from Grenville, he should go into the same
procedure to go to
Bishop will
St.
stop
George's.
that. And that's what make that what helped to make we never had a good relationship with Grenada. It was cheaper for us to go to Trinidad and do we shopping than to go to Grenada.
Really?
Right.
Not maybe.
You see, that's why I always say we had never depend on Grenada for nothing.
And what tell you the truth, them
Trinidad and
time
Vincent, Vincent, we know.
before in
Someone is on the live saying, yes, wait, hold on. Let me, to this day, Tobago say Carriacou belongs to them.
Of
yes, no, maybe I'm telling you.
And during the Maron
study
Festival, a lot
history,
of groups from Tobago normally
Loads
come.
of-
Well, look at
And the
Tobago.
culture is
Look
similar.
at
Of course.
Tobago. We are the same culture. We are the same name. We are
Yes.
the same everything. The same drum. Grenada never even have a culture for years. Carriacou used to represent Grenada in culture. It's them two
Still do.
the two boys from what they call them, the one that we used to work in the one in the custom die. Them will start back a little culture in Grenada with this drumming thing. Carriacou well.
Oh, Livingston? Livingston Nelson? Tivoli drummers?
Yeah, Tivoli. Then we start back a little thing. Carriacou used to represent Grenada in culture every year. And they never saying Carriacou never getting name. All is Grenada. So many people out there think the African nation dance is Grenada, mainland.
Carriacou.
That's we.
That we
Watch.
teach. That was bad.
Someone is saying Grenada used to depend on Carriacou.
For
And
everything.
they come up, they buy
For
clothes.
Everything.
wine.
Everything. No maybe. This
Yeah.
little piece of rock.
God bless
Well,
Mr.
watch.
Rock.
We never
Alia,
had
come
a
here, girl, and get some history.
watch. We never had a relationship with Grenada, you know.
Alia!
We had a relationship with Labe, which is Grenville.
Grenville.
Yeah.
Carriacou and
Yes.
Labe consider themselves as one.
That's one, of course.
And then the relationship stretched to St. David and to Sortes
And
and
Sortes.
never stretched nowhere further.
That is true.
And one make tidy relationship with we in Labe is through Yankees who had owned Grande Estate. And then he migrate to Grenville.
Okay.
Interesting.
So then you see, most of we Carriacou nuts, Carriacou, everybody in Carriacou saw nuts for market. Carriacou nuts was plenty.
Donnie Akins is saying that is true because they used to collect customs.
No,
Whenever
maybe.
Carriacou used to go through customs.
And the
Oh,
boat has to,
Rasta
the
will hold
boat
you
have
alone
to, the
with-
boat have to be ramaged properly before you go on the pier, on the wharf.
So it was the same procedure when you
Same
come from
procedure
Trinidad.
as when you come from any other foreign port. Bishop will change that. All we want, and we have to go
And we
through
had to
them
go through them
procedure.
procedures, of course.
But when your boat come from Grenada and come to Carriacou, they walk free.
Oh. So when Grenada come to Carriacou, they
They
walk
walk
free,
free.
and when Grenada goes to
We must ramage.
when Carriacou go to Grenada,
We
it's
must
so-
ramage. And here what used to happen too.
wow.
You see that ramage thing? That is what keep us away from Grenada more. Because the boat used to, how much? The state had was paying for 2 boats to run between Carriacou and Grenada. When one going down, one coming up. One going down, one coming up. Miriam B and Emmanuel C. They take over from Starlight and them adult boat day. No government at the state and no boat. Huh?
Stella, afternoon.
No, we have nothing at all. And now we more advanced in life. Now we should have better condition.
Okay, somebody says not Tivoli drummers, it's Tunda.
Tunda.
Tunda guys.
What you see this thing with this heritage there, they know? In Francaise Place in Abbeville, after hours, we had this old people, what we call the old people show. And they bring it live. And then the theater, them see the thing. And you see the pick up behind that and look where they have it going there now. If we didn't do that then they have vision.
Right.
They have to see it somewhere. They can't do it for themselves. They're not creative.
That is true.
But I think a lot of our traditions and culture are falling because we're not uniting as we're supposed to keep things going.
Yeah, that is
Well,
the
of course,
thing.
of
And the
course.
pressure we're going under, we can study that.
That's
Just like
true.
in Africa,
Yeah,
when
you
they
just,
when they
tell
come
yourself,
when the white man
give
get
it
in
up.
Africa
give
and
it
they
up.
start to capture people. Enough parents hide their children under seaweed, hide their children all kind of funny place, saving their life and hoping that things. I can prove all them documentary. I tell you, I have all them history there. So the people them lost under pressure.
Yeah.
You can't think. All you have to do, you have to think about the fetus.
Okay, so it's Tundra or Tunda.
Tunda.
And
Yeah.
watch.
Yeah,
They
that was
started.
it. Yeah.
Would you believe, you see this what we calling the big drum here nowadays? We're the only nation in the world where we remain with that African nation dancing, or the African coming back here for it now.
But then there are other countries who have big drum dance.
They have all kind of drumming, but not the African nation dance. The African nation dance belongs to the whole continent. The whole tribe, every tribe in Africa. There is a dance in the big drum for them. We had the Belé, we had the Cromanti, we had the Manding, we had the every tribe.
Yeah.
And what, you see that drum? When you hear the drum, anytime your tribe or your whatever play,
And that drum crack.
you
must know.
feel, you feel it.
You feel it. That's your
Somebody, for like, let me say, the Manding people. When you hear the Manding hit the drum, you can point out all the Manding people if you look it.
You
I
can
mean-
see.
Either they're scratching the
The
skin,
skin, or they-
either they're
or they
shaking the...
shaking.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's true.
Or they
No,
head
maybe.
scratching. Yeah.
Every tribe, that's why they call it the African nation dance. Well,
Right.
watch, we the Trinidad culture. Steel band was originate right here.
Well, I heard so. I was coming to that too.
Right here.
Right here.
We used to take out, put music on steel.
Yes.
Winston Spree Simon from
Yeah,
Union
Island,
Island.
of course. Yes.
I grew up in Carriacou and Lon Steeler. He also put a band in Union before he go to Trinidad too. And he go in
Okay.
Trinidad with the culture. And what your Trinidad do with
Oh
it?
yeah, man. They market it. They make it their own.
Carnival is we.
Yes.
We give Carnival to Grenada and Grenada take it to Trinidad. What Trinidad do
Yeah,
with it?
well, I
Do
heard
the study.
Grenada was Carnival was Grenada. That's where the Trinidad get it
no,
from.
maybe from and Trinidad Grenada
Right.
get it from we.
Okay.
Well, look. All they call him. All they call this man who they go with there in himself, and I tell all about him, I don't remember thing all the time. We used to walk over from Belvedere Estate dinner. Julian Fedor.
Oh, Julian
Right,
Fedor.
I was about
Yeah.
to ask you. Someone said to speak to you about Anto, I guess it's Cromanti, I don't know.
And-
Anto. Who is Anto Cromanti?
He was a Cromanti man.
Right.
Mr. Anto, them from
Right,
the
so he
Cromanti
said
race.
to ask you about Anto and the escape from the Fedon.
Well, no, you know, no escape. When Fedor leave Grenada, all the talking about he go on boat or he pass through Tunnel and none of them think they true. I don't think that's true. Well, Fedo come straight to Carriacou.
Yes.
And you should live with Mr. Anto them. In,
Okay.
Right between Dumfries, between that two hills, you see where the
Okay.
lady over chamber up inside there.
Yes.
So
yes.
both Cromanti and Anto was part of Fedon Rebellion, was it?
Well, they all was on that. They all fight the same struggle because they were all linked, but different island.
Okay.
But them men used to they used to communicate. Them men have their way they used to communicate. Now maybe they have the scientific way of communicating with each other from which other island, which me I don't know about.
And we're not going to get into that. We leave it alone.
Julian Feather spent over a year, almost 2 years with Mr. Anto them.
So Julian Fedon lived in Carriacou?
For all this time, and then go to Petit Martinique and take a passage in Petit Martinique to Hispaniola.
Because I don't think they were sure what happened to him after the rebellion in Grenada.
No,
they said he heading to the bushes and...
man. We have him under safe cover.
Oh, so he was in Carriacou?
Yeah,
so he hid among the slaves here?
When Julian Feather escape from Grenada, from the rebellion, when he tried to beat it straight to Carriacou, right between Mr. and Dumfries, Dumfries said it's not an English estate, eh?
No.
Okay.
Scottish estate.
Scottish,
yeah.
right. Because there's Dumfries in Scotland.
Of
Yeah.
course.
Yes.
So Mr. Anto was them, whoever there's where the Julian Feather spend all the time, and then they get Petit Martinique, Keki Passage, and he gone to Hispaniola.
Okay.
This where he end up.
Interesting.
And tell you the truth, my parents them always stagnant. And my parents them is like they're not talking what they hear,
They're talking
what they see.
What they see. Yeah.
The age become and what them time. Carriacou parents, they do joke with children with that.
Yeah.
Whatever you end up belongings to you,
They leave it alone.
leave it where you don't right there.
Yeah.
You don't say I see a man come here today.
No.
Whoever you see, you don't see
Nothing.
no
Yeah.
matter who, you don't see nobody. That is, you know what Carriacou people get nasty every day. Yap a piece of anything to
they
put in
talk
their
too
mouth.
much.
Talk
Yes.
too much.
Yes. Yes.
So then nobody things change.
Yes.
Someone wants to find out if you know where Cromanti Kojo tombstone is in Granby.
Tomanto come no not in Granby. Cromanti Kojo tombstone not in Granby.
Do you know where it is?
The oldest tombstone I know from any African is in Belmont. It was a king from Africa, lives in Montreal. And then he go and he end up in Belmont. The people from Montreal and the people from Belmont is one people from British estate. So he end up in Belmont. If you go there now, you see they have the stone they put for him. Limestone. Belmont them now no limestone. Montreal we have that. Between Bel and Montreal.
Yes,
It take them 1 month to jog that stone to Belmont to put it.
Well, Eugene, how you know these things?
Because I study them things. This is one of the things I study.
No, I don't
and
know
I
what's
live with me.
I
Well, this now my old man name me carry. My old man is the man they call Marcus Garvey. He was also a Marcus Garvey man. So he knows history. Wherever he pass on, I keep it. And the thing now, these men used to sit down and talk about girlfriend and boyfriend and politics and things. Every time, and I tell you, my old man had a shop in the junction. Where you see they calling this the Sweet Maryland. This is where I go. That's my university. For me, I clean. And me imagine I live with him, me and him. So all age group when they have the conversation are present.
You're doing the thing.
And this time children didn't allow to go in the road unless you go into school or you're going for water in the pipe or what. But I live in the road with me. So I know plenty of these people and plenty of the history, of the past history. From the elder, because you know rum shop when man drinking rum.
Man, they talking.
And they're talking about this man, this and that man, that, and when this come here. And
Management, you need to come for some history lessons.
Especially between the age of 2 and 7, you don't forget nothing that you hear.
Yeah.
So these things stick with me. So then now when I have the people, I study that.
Right.
I go back and study.
Go back and What mom,
Research
what
and
Papa
all
he
this
tell
thing,
you?
and so that is why you see what
Yes.
I studied used to take me a
Yes,
month,
'cause now,
years
ma.
to get books on this, because when you're doing this book might tell you, well, the book will go give more details on this is so. You don't know where to get it, but
Yes,
you know the
and
name,
Silla.
and you know the
History,
writer.
yeah?
Yes.
So you get it. But I used to get books from America, sending them to me people, them have sister, but I mean me adopted
You
sister.
must welcome Sharon.
And she get me all my books that I need, that I have problem to get. And I used to get a lot in Trinidad too. But in
Okay.
Trinidad you have to know where they did to get
Where to
them,
get
because
it.
they have it locked in a place,
Nice.
Yeah. History is so important.
It is. It is important
But
to know
don't
where
know
you
what-
came
you don't know
from.
what Marcus Garvey tell us? A man without a history of his own culture is like a vessel in the sea without rudder. Where you going? You don't know who you
You
are.
know who you are. Right.
I know they're trying to hear this, so they're trying to take out history from the school. They want to make them more teach because they
Then-
don't want you
Have
to
to know
think
where-
about the past.
Yeah. And,
Because our past is not good to remember.
and in nowadays, I don't think they taught us our history.
Well, they
They,
didn't teach
they
me,
didn't teach us.
teach me my
and
history.
and that is what we needed to know.
They never teach me my history.
Yeah.
And they tell us, they teach me,
About Francis
like-
Drake and
Yeah.
this.
Who want to
and
know
John
that?
Hawkins.
And
And they say they have
I want
in-
never like history.
me
and up
too.
to
If
today,
if
no.
they
I
were
don't-
teaching
I don't
about
think
what
it
happened
is.
in Grenada,
Exactly.
the different estates in Carriacou, what happened in Carriacou,
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
being, oh, come
That's
on,
why you need to teach
100%.
Ali and them now.
what?
Mm-hmm.
John Hawkins, they never tell us John Hawkins is who bring England in the slave trade. But he was known as one of England's greatest
Good
sea
afternoon,
dog.
Angela.
What make him a great? What had make him one of English greatest sea dog?
Yeah.
They never explained to me. But just go back and study and all them things.
I know that, Karen.
He bring England
See you
in the
soon.
slave trade because he was one of the seamen, and then he
That's
learned
why
to know.
they call him
what
the greatest seaman. Right.
And even Francis Drake. Francis Drake, I don't believe go around the world. No. Because I sail, and I sail for a lot of years, and I know sea water.
Yeah.
And what they telling me about Francis Drake?
The person is saying that the tomb is in Grand Bay. They went there with historian Donald Hill and Mr. Winston Fleary in Grand Bay, Cromanti tomb. Maybe,
Well,
I'm not sure.
watch. From my little, I used to sleep on tombstone in Granby because I were with garden day and we had to go to a well to get cattle water, Granby Cemetery. Granby Cemetery are all family cemetery. The Simon by themselves, this Macintosh
Quashies.
by themselves, the Quashi by themselves, everything by themselves. I think I see this Cromanti Kojo. And as you tell me that,
You-
if they'll find it.
Yeah, it would be nice to know.
Maybe, yeah, of course.
Because
I
you
would
wouldn't
really
even
like
want
to
such
know.
to find it,
No.
because the Kojo would be by the Kojo.
By the Kojo.
So that would be in Belmont? Or maybe. No, I'm just saying I know Kojo's Belmont and
Well,
Bel Air.
not
So
really,
maybe.
you know. Not really, you know. The Kojo is African. The Duncan is African.
And the Kojo is it's not spelled how it is spelled now, yeah?
The Aki is African. Why?
Uh-huh.
They didn't have a master.
Okay.
They didn't have a master?
No.
Okay.
So the name remains with them.
Okay.
No. All the African and all the English-speaking Caribbean come to Jamaica. Jamaica is
I was
central, the
just-
triangle.
I was just about to ask him when he said he didn't have a master, and I remember he said something that when you go to buy slaves,
Right.
I think that's what you're going to talk
Yeah.
about. Right.
And all the slave masters from Dominica, Grenada, wherever you be, you run in your plow, your fleet, goes to Jamaica and purchase their slave.
And purchase your slave. Right.
And sometimes it take them months to meet wherever the destination when they're coming back with their slave, because he sail
Yeah. Yeah.
and it's when wind blow.
and
Sometimes they meet with it. Sometimes 2 days they go back farther than where they
When they come
come.
out.
So he spend years.
Yeah.
And they prolonging freedom for slavery. On slavery, because the slave trade was so abolished in 1834. Queen Anne didn't want to sign the book because of the percentage she getting on every man. You know, that's why they say Grenville Shop is a free slave. Grenville Shop a free no slave. Grenville Shop is to tell Queen Anne if she didn't sign that book now, in the 19th and 20th century, a white man wouldn't stand a chance in front of a black man.
Right, right.
They wrote the book signed in 1836. And watch the 19th and 20th century, what take long amount of revolution we have between them time.
Yes.
If you see the changes.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
So you were saying that the name, some of us
With
names,
them,
yeah.
like we say, whatever ship they leave Jamaica with, by the time those certain names they meet here, slave bookers signed for slavery, so they couldn't attach to a master. So master say, because every slave had to carry the master name.
That's what I heard. Yeah,
So they didn't carry the master name, they remained with the African name. So Kojo is African, Aki is African, Duncan. Those are the last set of people who arrive here under the slave mentality or slave
Trade,
whatever, or the
you call
trade,
it.
or whatever
Yeah.
you want to call it.
So before, now I'm a slave master. I would go to Jamaica
And buy your slave.
and buy my slave.
Yeah.
My name is Neil Matheson.
All
I
your-
name
all
all
your
my slave
them-
Matheson.
Yeah, all your slave them in what are they Matheson?
Right.
What are they Matheson?
Right. Okay,
Yeah.
that's
So
how
every
it was
slave
done.
carry master name.
Master's name. So
That's
And
how
then-
the name change.
and
We have
then-
all English names.
all English
No
names.
English name, but
What,
European names.
European names.
And I think when they started registering people formally here, the last name became the first name of individuals. That is why there are first names and last names.
The same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, they
And then
started-
some of them added the S. Because I know, well, we are from the Grand Bay Estate and we were Mill,
Mill.
M-I-L-L.
Yeah.
And then the S was added. Like the Andrew, the S was added also.
Yeah. Right.
And sometimes the S comes about to your master. The S was an apostrophe.
Yeah.
Yes. And
Plenty
they
of
just,
us don't understand
Yes,
why. But
yes.
they take out the
They
sign. the
yes,
apostrophe
and
sign
just make it
now.
a S.
And just make it an
Yeah.
right.
So
Like
when
the
you
Mills
see
is
the
a-
Anjos,
Yeah.
that means Anjo's slave.
Yes.
Yes.
Mills slave.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
when from you take out the apostrophe, it doesn't
Become
say that
Mills.
no more.
Right.
Right.
All adding
Nice.
up. Wow.
Adrian, very informative. You're getting late. Let's go in the garden and move the peas and the groundnuts before you get to that.
You're going to do Dumfries, girl?
If we
Yeah,
go
come
in.
now, go down first.
Go and
Yeah,
put your
Ali, yeah,
clothes
go
on
put
and
on the
sit here
clothes.
by
So,
the table. Go and put the
thank you
Dumfries.
very much, and let's sign off.
You're welcome.
Well,
yeah,
listen, sign up.
History is as old as man.
Of course.
We'll
That's how
continue
we
this
have to
another
sit
day.
again.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
We have to do this
Well,
another
I tell
day.
you the truth, as a person, I don't waste time. People are seeing me on the street and I think it's only donkey, cattle and rope and I could pull and all them things, you know.
No, well,
But
I
make-
could attest to that.
I make time for everything.
For everything, of course. Of course. Rasta, it was
And
a pleasure.
history is not a thing that I choose. No.
Yeah. It always
No
been
child never, no student never beat me in class in history all time.
Yeah.
They will beat me in all other things.
Not
History,
in
geography,
Yeah.
you're not beating me.
Yeah. That's why he was a great sailor man.
Yeah, man.
You know, I remember you telling us you come out and sail and wisdom nearly go down under the water.
I do all that. Well, I see what
That's
I
another
do.
story.
That's another
You're
That's
story.
what I'm telling you.
You're
Then
sailing.
much people could convince me with what they hear.
Yeah. You tap
Because
facts.
I just talk about what I see.
Yes.
An experience is a man's greatest teacher.
Of course.
Put the cat down, man. Huh?
Come and bring it for me. Come.
When you only cat to put in your hand in your mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. All right. So Rasta, let's go and put in we animals and everything.
And everything is everything.
Everything is everything.
All right. So thank you very much to everyone for viewing.
We'll tell you the truth.
Engine, a lot of people say great information,
Not for the
great
time
history.
and not for the people and them. They just give I, they just try to give I credit and credit. But I don't look for no credit.
Ah, there we go.
I think you do.
I
Well,
don't-
everyone
you know,
on the live,
As a
myself,
man,
basically,
I really, I'm not a teacher.
Man, you thought a lot of us today,
educator, you're a
thousands of
lecturer.
us.
You see?
Because after we end this, I'm sure a lot of people will go and look at it too. And hence, one of the reasons we are asking for the tip people, because when we go to people, at least we want to bring a gift for them also. So if you think that Angel did a very good job today, there's a link there. Please tip us.
Of
No,
course.
you know
Thank
one
you
of the
very
things people like you are to do?
Mm-hmm.
Spend some times among the dance, the big jump.
That's-
People see how we can
Yes.
promote it and bring
That's
it
what
back.
we're doing. We're going to
course.
different
And
communities.
after people like me and like our age group, who, yes, you have anybody knocking
You
drum.
knock a jump, but it's
What?
why you play.
You see the drumming? I wouldn't be I might
Karen
be
just
a
mentioned
drummer
laka.
Yeah.
to what would be a drummer. But it's because I didn't have the time, but I grew up in the drum.
Yeah.
The man who used to monk the drum, Danny Lakins,
Yes,
he married
I
to
heard
me.
about-
He married to me aunt,
Okay.
and we were neighbor. That time when this man make mountain the drum them. When I say mountain,
Yeah. When you
replacing
put in
skin and everything.
Yeah.
The cloth and everything.
I used to do with this man.
Mm-hmm.
Not all the time, but he have time to
You,
a day.
you did. Yeah.
And when I not just day with him or by him to see monk drum and watch. The drumming, what he call the cut drum.
Yeah.
When he fix that drum, you have a piece, you used to tie four common
Come and
pin
pin on it.
on
yes,
a piece
man.
of thread.
And set
And
it
you have
across.
special distance, the thread, the pin on the
from
thread
each other.
separate.
Yes.
And you have two nails in the center sides of the drum with that pin running
Attached,
on the
yeah.
center across the drum to the top. You tie one end and you have the next end and you pull in. Sometimes when you pull, you take strain, you knock the drum.
Yeah.
Take
Let's
strain,
Karen, I realize
knock
that.
the-
Thank you.
The pin give
Let
a
me know if you
song.
got you.
Yeah. Every pin give a different song.
And
Mr.
when you get
Patrice,
the
I'll
song, you
message
see
you.
go around the nail.
Yeah.
And he tie. And he knock the drum and he knock the drum. Then, when it is the little drum, we call it the lakatan.
Makata. Yeah.
You take to ting that one. I have to knock the cut drum certain time.
Right.
And
He
he pong.
and
He pong right,
Yeah.
turn he pong. You see, knock again, boy. And knock. And he
Yeah,
telling me
to-
sometimes, wait
Way
to
to
knock.
knock. Yes.
Yes.
Part
Wait
of
for
the drum
to knock.
to knock. He's
Yeah,
not knocking
yeah,
anyway.
yeah.
Then he tell me, all right, that good. And then the next one, we call it the bowler. Then he take it and he do the same until he say everything all right. And the man they go there with their drum. So when they go there with their drum and you hear the man drum song in the way you used to song, the man drum was well put together.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Class.
No
Yeah.
man just come in and knock thing you and bap 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 as when tire van vehicle tire puncture.
Yeah.
And he go in.
Yeah.
The man used to play clean drum.
That's
Karen,
another
we're going for the
episode.
nuts for you. All right, so thank you very much, everyone, for viewing. Thank you very much. I think Shireen brilliantly ended for us. She said, don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, don't forget to share,
And don't
forget to subscribe on
and-
our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And do not forget to leave a tip. Thank you very much, everyone, for viewing.
There'll be
And we'll
more
be
of this.
a lot more of
More
this.
of
We'll be
this.
going to different communities and speaking to individuals like in Jim himself. A lot about the history of Carriacou, a lot on the culture of
But
Carriacou
Carriacou first
and
time was grand,
traditions. Yeah. So thank you very much,
Was grand,
everyone.
Yeah.
Wow. That's another story.
That's another
Jim.
story. So take care.
But
Thank you
bye
for
for
viewing.
now.
Moving it from Granby to Hillsborough, we can see the reason and there was proper dialogue.
Right. Exactly.
Because of the reef
You got the reef, of
and
course.
the weather.
And the weather,
you
because
know,
I see that.